How to finish your big creative dream project in 12 months. Part 1. I think it is safe to say that every single creative client that I have ever worked with, upon meeting them, had at least one big dream project stored up inside of them that hadn't yet had the chance to get out. My guess is that you too may be one of those people. My name is Jenny Velarde. I'm a psychotherapist, and just as importantly, I'm an artist. So maybe it's a script, maybe it's a novel, an album, a painting series, an online company, a documentary film. Perhaps it's all of the above. Whatever your big dream project is, I am here to brazenly proclaim that odds are you can not only start it, but bring it into full completion, or at least have a solid working draft of it by this exact time next year. If you apply and follow through with these 9 doable steps that I am going to walk you through in this short, sweet, 3-part video series. So, how can I boldly make this claim that not only can you start but complete your dream project in 12 months? Well, first, I've had the privilege of walking my clients through the process many times over and have witnessed so many incredible big projects come into fruition within the course of a year's time. Also, from a first-person standpoint, I've done it myself consistently for the last 11 years in a row. Each year, not only taking on, but bringing into completion, and that's the key here, a large-scale creative project of some sort. So this has included developing and directing 4 full-length original plays, writing a 150-page manuscript, starting 2 companies, and more. In other words, I know it's possible because I've not only witnessed others do it successfully, but I've done it myself many times over. So if you are really ready to take on these 9 straightforward steps, fantastic. But first, my suggestion is that you take notes and add this video to your save file down below so that you can return to it throughout the year. Also, right now, if you go to artistisguide.com/project in a year and sign up for my mailing list, you will get all of these steps sent to you right now for free, clearly mapped out so you have a clean, concise guide. All right, let's dig in. Step 1, tantrum. Now, I doubt that you were expecting that to be the first step. But yes, I'm serious. We first need you to tantrum it out a little bit. Now, what do I mean by this? Let all the parts inside of you that may be raging right now have room to move. So the doubt, the self-sabotage, the fearful places, the protective, well-meaning places, all of it, let it have its say for a little bit as to why taking this on is a terrible idea or how it just won't work. So perhaps the tantrum might include the following arguments. Maybe the argument is, there's no way my project can be finished in a year. Clearly, she knows nothing about my craft or my goal. Or maybe the argument is, I have so many projects and she's asking me to pick just one. Now, a quick side note on this. Even though I've completed one big project a year for the past 11 years, I've also actually completed multiple other medium and smaller projects alongside it. So it's entirely possible. Perhaps the tantrum includes, well, I have a full-time job, or I have multiple jobs, or I have kids, or I'm dealing with a family or financial struggle, or I'm contending with health challenges. Whatever it is, let it all out. Let yourself be as expansive as possible with your skepticism right now, right at the front end, because if you skip this step, any sufficiently untapped tantruming may actually serve to bottleneck you from ever really being able to do the next 8 doable steps. Now, does this mean that by doing the tantrum step, this will completely clear you from any doubt and fear that comes up along the way? Well, no. But at least when we consciously let ourselves tantrum it out at the beginning, we are actually giving ourselves the chance to get it out and clear a space for us to get to step 2. Step 2, pinpoint. Pinpoint your project. What is the big creative dream project that you want to take on and finish? Maybe you know this right off the bat, but maybe you aren't quite sure. If so, a great way to figure this out is by doing the following quick exercise. First, identify today's date 1 year from now. Then ask yourself, what project would feel really incredible to have completed by that date? Really try and figure out what project makes you feel ecstatic, refreshed, maybe even giddy when you think about it coming into completion 1 year from now. If there are a few that are trying to get your attention, pick the one that you are instinctually leaning more towards, even if it's just by a fraction. Because here's the deal, a year goes by in a blink of an eye. So pick one project now, and in 12 months, jump to the next. Watch my video on preciousness as a guide if you need a little bit of extra help making this decision. Now, once your project is pinpointed, clearly title it. If it's a writing project of some kind, give it a working title. Perhaps it's a graphic novel or a pilot for a television series. Perhaps it's something that maybe doesn't necessarily have an exact title per se, like finding a great agent for your acting career. Just give the overall project some type of simplified name. Now, take that title, today's date, and today's date 1 year from now, and get it written down, proclaimed. In fact, you can kick off the pinpointing process right this very second by boldly naming it in the comment section. I would absolutely love to see what your projects are below. Next, take the time, and do not skip this, to write your project's title on a note card or a small piece of paper or sticky note or something with today's date 1 year from now, the title, and put it somewhere that you will see it at some point every single day for the next 12 months. That way, you've got it pinpointed visibly, daily, right at the forefront of your mind. Step 3, bubble. Now that you've pinpointed your project, let it bubble in your mind. Let it cook, let it simmer for a few days before you do anything else. Let it fill your imagination, which maybe you've done many times in the past, but this time, picturing it with razor sharp clarity that this project will indeed be completed by this time next year. By letting it simmer within a contained 12-month frame around it, you will really start to picture the project in a different way, with more vibrancy and specificity, and not just as kind of this vague, ambiguous end product, but rather something that has a doable process attached to it. By taking a few days to let this project really bubble in your mind, we will then use the content, the material of what comes from the process, in our next step, step number 4 in episode 2 of this series. So if you are watching this as it is published, it will come out next week. And if you are watching it anytime after that, great news, you can click on part 2 right now. Make sure to subscribe so that we can really partner up this year to bring your big creative project into completion. Please click like if this has been useful to your process thus far, and perhaps most importantly, share this video with someone that you care about that also has a project inside of them that is just wanting to get out. Perhaps you can even take on the next 12 months alongside each other, rooting each other on. Now, Go and create. You were created to. What might your life look like without procrastination holding you back? The procrastination system, a 6-hour, 5-segment system built of 20 dynamic and digestible chapters. It's an engaged 360-degree process that guides you through self-reflection to pinpoint your specific version of procrastination and how to turn it into attainable, real-world progress. It's carefully curated with a massive collection of tools and thought shifts to effectively transform your procrastination from inaction into traction, reinforced by up-to-date neuroscience that helps us to understand procrastination from a cognitive level. If you feel like your life would look radically different if procrastination wasn't holding you back, the procrastination system is most definitely for you. It was built for you. The link's below. Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate you. If this episode was useful, I would love for you to hit the like button and perhaps share it with someone. For more tool-based, actionable, creative content, please make sure to subscribe. Also, if you have a question about creativity or the artist role that you would like to have answered, please leave it in the comments below and it may be featured in an upcoming episode.